And we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, this is Ted Hicks from Late Night Parents. Ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. We got Tony D in the house, Knucklehead for life. It seems like the pre-show ran a little bit over.
Yeah.
They ran a little bit over, but they were having a lot of fun and everything.
It was having fun, absolutely.
All about the joy.
Absolutely.
Shout out to all of them.
All of them.
All the great things that they do. We are live. I'm starting to get notifications that we're live.
Got it.
All right. Tonight's show is Guess It Doesn't Matter Anymore, Tony D. Hopefully sometime tonight we'll answer that question whether it does matter or it doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
But how was your week? It's kind of crazy up here in Northeast, man.
Yeah, I see the weather up there. Me, it's just go to work, come home. Got some stuff I need to knock out. Month 6 of the year. I'm supposed to be done with a lot of things by now. So
okay.
I actually had to take somebody's advice and sit down and kind of clear my head and pray about it and refocus. So I got one
That's
thing.
Important.
Yeah, got one thing pretty much done. I got a couple of things I got to knock out. Other than that, nothing much more to talk about. Just trying to keep myself in place. You know, you set a pace for the year. You have plans. You have an agenda. When you get behind it, it'll frustrate you. I do have a lot of procrastinations going on. I do have a lot of mental distractions going on.
Okay.
So I had to readjust myself. And being this June, I started reanalyzing and readjusting just so I can get it knocked out. That way, by the end of the year, I should be squared away.
It's not only it's a new month, but we're the halfway point of the year. So
already, yes.
You know, I think it's a good time to reassess all the goals and milestones that you had in place at the start of the year.
Absolutely.
Are you halfway to it? Or are you a percentage? You know, are you at a percentage enough that you're
satisfied?
You're happy, more like you said, satisfied.
No, that's my problem. I know what's been delaying me. I know what's been holding me up. I know the kind of monkey wrenches that have come my way. That's why I had to reanalyze and readjust. I've done this for a while. This is a grown folk status. You set a pace for the year, try to fulfill it.
Right.
You got a certain time frame, and if you can get it done, that's your accomplishment. That used to be a piece I would have when I was younger. January, I'm gonna do this by this time. I'd be done. Then I have to worry around October, November, December. Get ready for next year's agenda. And that's just plans of progression I used to keep with myself mentally.
So do you believe in resolutions?
Yes.
Okay.
I've fulfilled quite a few personally.
Okay.
That's why I believe in them. I have fulfilled some of them. I've made some stands and I've actually accomplished them. It's about coming up with new ones. And the biggest thing you got to do is just maintain what you have. You got to accomplish something and then maintain it. That's the challenge. I've learned that maintaining is the challenge more than anything.
Right.
You get a house, you got to maintain the house. You get married, you got to maintain the marriage. You have a family, you have to maintain the family. You got a job, you got to maintain the job. All of these things are already core. And then you start working on everything else. Newer car, newer clothes. Some of that stuff can wait. I haven't bought clothes in a decade.
I mean, what's even more impressive about that is if you haven't purchased clothes in a decade and the clothes that you currently have and they still fit.
Go to the gym, diet, change it up a little bit. That's why I know when I hit 250, I got to start losing weight. And I hit 250 a couple months ago. I'm down to 245 now.
Okay.
I was always talking junk about losing weight and getting this gut down. This gut is more stubborn than I am. This gut is more stubborn than I am, so I can't say.
So for the second half of the year,
yes,
you have your goals already set. You got your milestones set. Do you see any potential deterrents?
Yes. The unexpected have been what has thrown me off more than anything in life. I actually talked to somebody at the beginning of the year. He's a religious man. And he was talking about things people pray for and what people have prayer requests for. I told him, I said, next time you go to church, tell everybody to pray to be prepared for the unexpected, because that's the one thing that throws everybody off. He just looked at me. He said, "You got a very valid point." I said, "I speak from experience."
Right.
I speak from experience. The unexpected is what throws you off. You want to pray for your health. You want to pray for a better job. You want to pray you're there for your kids. But then you want to pray that your kids are healthy and that they make it out the hospital. You want to pray that your kids pass the test. You want to pray that your kids come home safe every day. We all need to pray for unexpected. For those of us that believe, because we all know a lot of atheists and everything, but the unexpected is what throws us and our faith off, in my opinion. What you don't know. These tell us what you don't know won't hurt you. 3 years ago, we learned that was wrong. 3 years ago, we learned you could plan for anything, but something will stop you from completing those plans.
Hey, I just want to interject. I remember.
Let me grab a soda. Go ahead. Let me grab a soda.
You go. I remember 22 years ago with 9/11.
Oh, man.
When 9/11 happened.
Oh, man.
I wasn't in New York at the time. I was in Florida at the time. And what was extremely surreal about it was watching on TV.
Yes.
Watching certain things happen. And the thing was, the previous week, we had flown to New York.
Right.
So at that time,
the people that were stuck in Canada for a week, imagine somebody telling you need to find a way to come home. You have no excuse. Yes, I do. The whole world has the same excuse right now.
Chris Technician, how you doing, buddy?
Chris Technician, what's good?
Tone, we were watching it on a TV. I was in right outside a data center. So this is 9/11 2001. I was right outside like a data center, and they wheeled. I remember it like it was yesterday. So just when you say be prepared for the unexpected, in recent times is COVID. But I go back to 9/11. I go back to any times that we've experienced a blackout.
Yes.
Superstorm Sandy, or it's like when you see this stuff happening on TV is one thing.
Yes.
When you're in the midst of it, it's something else. And that's when you start leaning towards like a higher power and everything else like that, because that's when you know it's out of your control.
Well, you got to go to your inner self before the higher power.
Yes.
Go to your inner self and how much you actually prepare for, what the options. Touring the AFC South. Mike Patton, what's good, bro? Disney World, Orlando, Florida. Chris Technician, dinner report, pork chops. Pork chops. We have ourselves set up to be prepared for what we want to do. It's what we don't expect. And I'm going to reiterate that. What we don't expect that throws us off and tests our faith. Plenty of testaments, plenty of stories of it in the Bible. Plenty of testaments, stories from people you know. Why are we not teaching ourselves along those lines anymore? And even as much as we do teach ourselves, we're still not ready. I am a living testament.
Hey, Chris, I had fish tonight. Touring the AFC South. Mike Patton is in Disney World.
Oh, Joe.
Don't hurt him.
What's happening?
What's going on?
Bought a mug for $21. We can refill. Yeah, you better refill it everywhere you go in Disney. Don't you buy another cup while you in there. Don't you buy another cup.
Yeah. We were down there. Was this January?
A few months ago. Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was either January or February or March.
I want to say March.
I know I was down in Panama City, I think in March.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think in like January-ish, I was down there in Kissimmee, right?
Yeah, right there.
Kissimmee? Is Kissimmee or Kissimmee?
Kissimmee, St. Cloud. I don't know if it's Kissimmee or Kissimmee, but I know. Yes.
It's like the Van Wyck or the Van Wyck.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what TV station you watch, they'll tell you Van Wyck, Van Wyck. Mm-hmm. They're both always jammed up.
Mm-hmm. Mike, I spent 2.5 years down there. I know what you're saying, but it ain't that bad.
Hey, Mr. B,
Yo,
since Chris, the technician, is in the queue, he has validated us, and we can talk about the dinner report. So, what did you have for dinner tonight? Because Tony is having his dinner right now.
actually, what's funny is that I didn't really even eat dinner yet.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of crazy. My day was good, and then it took a little detour. A lot of craziness happened. Um, Now it's kind of back on track now, but I didn't
Okay.
even get to eat yet. I had lunch. I had ramen noodles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had some good ramen noodles, some chicken ramen. I mean, um, that joint was that joint was good.
I
Uh,
remember my daughter. Um, I'm not gonna. Yeah, in college, she was talking about ramen noodles, and I was like, "Do you eat that?" That I said, "Do you just eat the noodles, or do you put that super salt, super sodium, that packet on there?" I was just like, and the ongoing joke is always, I'm always telling her, I'm like, "You're gonna have such high blood pressure when you get older," and she's just like, "Whatever, Dad."
Mhm.
Um,
Drink some water.
drink lots of water.
yeah.
Mhm.
Just going back really quick, Tone,
Yes, sir.
that was 9/11 was that moment when I'm sitting there right outside a data center, TVs are out there, internet is not working, everyone's trying to pull up CNN, and all hell is breaking loose.
Literally.
You know,
Literally.
and there's nothing you can do,
Nope.
and the phones aren't working
Mm-mm. You couldn't get through to New York for 2 weeks.
because it was like, remember, this is before 4G, 5G.
Yeah.
This wasn't even 2G,
This was no G.
right?
It was just an antenna with bars.
So I don't know. I do want to show a quick video because for the most of the world, um, everyone saw that New York's air quality
Mm-hmm.
was the worst on the planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, yes.
And we go back and forth in a group chat during
Yes.
the week, which is enlightening because there's certain times when I'm running into specific issues at work or whatever, and then one of you guys crack a joke or something like that. It helps me push on,
Mm-hmm.
because you're in the midst of something, and people are just pulling at you on the left and right hand side, and I'm like, I don't know, Brian will come in and
No food.
throw an image or something like that. I'll just
Right.
leave it at that. He'll throw an image that you'll look and you'll be like, okay. But
You messed me up the other night on the podcast too.
Oh my
I
God.
forget what Ted messing with me over here. I got him.
I would throw this up here. Tell me if you guys hear this.
Ever seen in New York, and this haze is not something most of us ever seen or experienced in our lives before. It's bringing up a lot of concerns about our health, and we sat down today with the experts here at Long Island Jewish who answered some of the questions they've most frequently been receiving. The most common question, why am I experiencing things like a cough, sneezing, or shortness of breath?
That's coming from the haziness that we see. That's all particulate matter that's kind of being blown towards our city. And our area in general. But so whenever that's making contact with your eye or whenever you're breathing that in, that's what's causing the irritation you're probably experiencing.
Next, if I have a pre-existing condition like asthma, is there anything more I can do to protect myself?
Well, the first thing is limiting your exposure, keeping your windows closed, not going outside if you don't have to, using air purifiers if you have access. And then the other main thing is being proactive about your condition and making sure that you adhere to your medication regimen pretty strictly.
And if that doesn't work, when should I see a doctor?
If you come inside and you feel like you're still experiencing those symptoms, it's been a long time and they're not going away, that's when you should probably see if you should seek some medical care.
One other important tip from the experts is that you should wear a mask, pre-existing condition or not. And that is because this poor air quality affects everyone. They said to do so even if you're just going outside to walk the dog for 2 minutes. So that is why I am right now putting mine back on and then going inside to my car where it's a bit safer. In New Hyde Park, Caroline Flynn, News 12 Long Island. It is the worst air quality we have ever seen in New York.
That was some new kind of craziness. Joe, what were you seeing out in the Bronx?
Bruh. let me take it on day by day. Because first, this thing came, it came Tuesday. Actually, that was just kind of crazy. It was Tuesday after, like evening.
Yes.
When it really kicked in, like Tuesday evening to Tuesday night. But Tuesday, I remember I went to pick up my nephew from school. And I was like, we'll go to the park. We're walking through, like, it looked regular, but you didn't really tell, like, till people got home. Like, everybody went to the park, but everybody was out by, like, 3, which is weird because people don't normally leave at that time. But, like, you get this hint, like, something crazy's happening. Like, you get a smell. You get a waft. There was a waft coming around. And by, like, after the evening, that's when the sky changed up a little bit. And this smell started coming through. But Wednesday, oh, my God. The sky was orange. It was like an auburn type bronzy color. It was just bad. Like, you can't even see that far. It looked like a crazy, like, fog or smog. Like one of those old, like, English, creepy movies, where, like, there's a stalker somewhere or something like that. Like, it looked so crazy. But they advised a lot of people to stay home if you wasn't able to breathe, if you have really bad breathing issues. Schools were advising people to pick up their kids early. And yeah, it was crazy, man. Everywhere you go, it smell like barbecue. And today it still smells that way. But yeah, man, it was nuts. It was nuts, man. Oh my
I had
God.
a friend of mine in DC. She told me yesterday she could smell the smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's in today. It started to hit Pennsylvania, Maryland, DC. So I'm guessing like tonight/tomorrow will be in Virginia, North Carolina, into South Carolina.
And that's crazy because that's a lot of smoke to come.
Yeah.
Smoke to come that far.
I got people on my Twitter talking about, like, from Virginia. They was talking about, yo, we already got it. This joint look crazy, man. Like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what? And, I was just saying, like, hopefully the rain comes through because they got rain. They had rain today, so we're supposed to get rain tomorrow over here. So hopefully, that washes away. Things got a little clearer sky-wise, but pollution's pollution, man, and you smell that thing out here. So
it's exhaust more than this pollution. I say it like that on purpose because there's a bunch of wildfires. They can't even contain half of them. There's over 100 wildfires. They can only contain 30 of them. That's not good.
No, it's not. It's not.
Good. And I'll be honest, I really have the impression that Canada's a lot of trees because there aren't a lot of major cities.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a lot of forestry up there.
Yeah.
A lot of animals. My only confusion is it's so damn cold up there. How the hell is it still burning?
That's what people were trying to wonder.
Y'all burning down all the damn trees to grow some more weed. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. I know what y'all got going on.
Yeah, the citizens were wondering that. Citizens were wondering that. Like, why that just happened? Like,
how did it start?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, they all wondered. And I was wondering that same thing too. Like Tony just said, it's a cold place in Canada.
Right.
You have a fire just start, and that fire picked up crazy.
And y'all sick for having lakes all over the damn place and ice.
Yeah. So it's like, yo, But it's like, yo, how do you
gotta note the polar ice caps real fast? Boy. I'm like,
yeah, so a lot of people are wondering, citizens are wondering how did that just magically happen? And if there's suspecting that there's some foul play. So
I mean,
we'll look and
I
see.
think we would be naive to not think that. We would be
Right.
naive, and to have so many just start out the blue.
Yeah.
Out the blue.
Mm-hmm.
That's the awkward part. You don't hear about fires in Canada like that. At least we don't. Anybody in Canada, y'all let us know what's good when y'all watch this. Throw it in the comments. I want to see it because I'm confused.
I don't want to mention this, but
Yes.
I have to. How many people do you think, as it gets to your specific states, will be pushing back on masks as hard as they pushed back 3 years ago? Or do you think that they'll put two and two together and say, you know what? Particles, wildfire, this is stuff, toxins, this is stuff I don't want to inhale into my system. Let me throw something, a scarf. It doesn't have to be a KN95 mask.
Anybody who would think that should be doing it by now, and I will say that more to the states that are closer to where the fires are than my distance. Like I'm in Georgia.
Right.
Whatever's down here is going to be residual compared to the fresh exhaust that they're getting up there. And I say fresh because they're closer.
Right.
The particles will start drifting down by their location. The smoke is denser, i.e. New York City. Upstate New York should have their worry. New York City, y'all got other concerns. Matter of fact, y'all would be immune to whatever's burning from a tree compared to what we grew up around in New York from the 70s and 80s. Let's just keep it 1,000. Let's just keep it 1,000. It's a 5 car exhaust. I ain't worried about a tree burning. I'll go sniff that like the subway. You know what I'm saying?
Joe, you know what it reminded me of? Wednesday, I'm going to say Wednesday night. It reminded me of Duraflame.
What you put
You
in
know
the
what I'm
fire?
talking about, right?
What you put in the fire?
Yeah.
The coated box that had the chemical on it. It just smelled like that whenever you went.
That's kind of true.
We're going to segue. I've got a little feedback, so let me see what's on my end.
I think it's yours.
Internal in my default echo cancellation is enabled.
Yo.
You got everything on your phone?
Yep.
I had to pre-choose that Mike.
Okay, here.
You got more than one.
Say it again.
Do you have more than one?
I have more than one.
Because I only got one. Check your window. Right down.
This could be.
Let me find out. I got a few stuff. I'll be damned.
What happened?
So let me find out. I gotta help you with computer stuff.
All right, I'm gonna try this one.
Jojo, check your YouTube, bro. I think you was good.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
Maybe someone has a secondary window.
It just went away.
It just went away.
Yeah.
I'm add JoJo back.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Great.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Joe, you have two windows open?
I might. Yeah, I actually do have two windows open.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me see. Let me close it. I'm gonna close it.
I think we're good now. Nope.
Are we good now?
No,
Almost.
Are we good now?
a little bit.
No.
No.
Drop
Hold on.
down.
I'm gonna drop and come back. Hold on.
Okay. You hear any feedback?
No.
Nope. Okay.
Now, earlier when he spoke, he didn't have any feedback. When you spoke, it did. And that's why I was looking like, because I checked my speakers. All my windows are closed. That's why I was asking if there were any extra windows open. I think all these platforms tired of us.
Yeah. All right. So we had a little bit of technical difficulty, but
Small fix. It happens. All you purists and pundits, get over it. We do this. We live this. Eat, sleep, shit this.
I just jumped right out, right? Like, yo.
yeah.
I think we're good now. Yeah, we all good.
Wonderful.
Okay,
all right.
Cool.
Couple of quick items that we can get through to. Did any of you guys see the Madden cover this week?
No.
Not in
Madden 24. You know how, like, most of the times there's a curse.
Oh, God.
Who's on the cover this time?
I don't want to say his name, but he plays for the Buffalo Bills and he's the quarterback.
Oh, no. Why this? Why?
I'm like, why?
I didn't want to hear that.
He's due for his props.
Is he really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he as good as Burrow and Mahomes?
He's been as far. He's been close to Mahomes and farther than Burrows.
Mahomes got two.
Actually, you know what? Actually, him and Burrows are neck and neck.
Okay.
They're neck and neck. Mahomes been to the Super Bowl. Those two. No, Burrow's been to the Super Bowl. So that's a good question. That's a good question. Who's been in the league longer, Burrows or Allen? Allen, I believe.
I think Allen is.
I think Allen.
Yeah, so I'd have to say he's better than Burrows, but he just hasn't made it as far as Burrows has.
Do you guys believe in that Madden curse?
No, but there's enough evidence that it exists. There's enough evidence. I can't front Michael Vick, Tom Brady, whoever the hell else.
Shit.
I can't front on it.
True.
We ain't got to believe in karma, but we both know she's rolling. She hard in the paint.
Yeah, I heard this. I saw this. NBA's top duo.
I just talked about that earlier.
Nikola Jokic and Murray. Is there anyone better right now in the playoffs?
As a duo?
As a duo.
In the playoffs or in the league?
Let's first go to the current playoffs, and then we go to the league.
Playoffs. We in the finals right now, so no.
No.
In the league, right now, I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but
has there been?
Yeah. There's some great duos out there.
I would have given it KD and Westbrook.
Right.
Shaq and Kobe.
Jordan and Pippen.
Shaq and Hardaway.
Even though Pippen is talking crazy for the past couple of years, but I don't even want to go there.
Duncan and Parker.
Yes.
LeBron and Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah.
LeBron and Kyrie that was peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. The Dallas Mavericks.
Dirk and Nash.
Dirk and Nash.
Dirk and everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jason Terry was the truth.
Yeah.
Wait, you said Jason Terry?
Jason Terry was something.
Yeah, Jason Terry, Jason Kidd.
Until Jason Terry got dunked on.
Yeah, but he was a beast with that 3 too.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the minute he got dunked on by LeBron, it was like Game
Because
over.
anybody want to mess with LeBron, the young LeBron, you ain't want under that smoke. Nobody wanted that smoke. This old LeBron we dealing with now.
Oh yeah, the
Young
Benz,
LeBron, you couldn't hang.
the Benz, Rashid Wallace and Ben Wallace. Yeah.
The
Yes.
Wallace brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily the brothers. That's just the Wallace front. I gotta agree with that. Them two, that was lethal.
Underwhelming is Tatum and Brown. Underwhelming.
Damn.
It's
So to the regular season, nah. To the regular season, nah. The playoffs, I don't know. The playoffs is a different story.
Yeah.
But to the regular season, yeah, they're dynamic.
The Celtics deserve their respect, man. They got a good squad. They're just young. I think they're lacking a big man. That's what it looks like to me. They're
What are you
lacking.
talking about? They got the Time Lord. Joe knows this because he rolls with Boston.
Al Horford.
Al Horford has been doing it for a long, long time.
I'm not mad at Al Horford, but they lost.
Yeah.
To a Miami team that ain't got no big man.
And everyone keeps talking about those 7 undrafted players.
I'm just saying. But a better duo, they're looking like they're looking like Malone and Stockton.
All right.
That's exactly how they're looking. I was talking about that earlier because I saw that pass he did Monday night. Joker's got the ball and he went like this. Dude just threw it. I was like, oh my God.
Yo, we were just talking about him today. It's like, yo, that dude is not normal, man. He's different.
He's not.
He is the most different dude in the world right now.
Big guy shooting from everywhere, passing like it's nothing.
Everywhere.
Saying that he's like Dirk. He's like Dirk meets Duncan meets Magic almost, bro.
Meets Magic Johnson. He's a big dude like that.
I think he's more like Rasheed Waters and built like Shaq. Cause he just it don't matter.
He could play this style. He could play the big man style. He could play the finesse style. He's able to draw fouls and shoot.
And he'll fight you.
Or 3. And you don't know whether he's gonna take it in the paint or dish it off. It's crazy.
Sick. Dude
It's
is nice.
crazy.
It blew my mind Monday night when he did that pass. I said, yo, that's gonna be on a highlight reel.
When you see that, man, when you see these dudes throwing it over, and you're like, wait a second, where is Jokic at? And Jokic is standing on the 3 line. You're like, oh my God. You're like, oh my God. He's wide open.
Bananas.
Yo.
Bananas. I've got Denver taking the whole thing. We just got to see how it was going to play out. Miami showed that they will still get in the game.
Yeah.
Last night. So big ups to the Heat.
I had Denver in 5. You think it's going to go 6?
I think they're going to go 7. I think they're going with 7. 7-game series is the money as far as leagues go. It throws all the wagers off as far as gambling goes. So I think it's going to go 7. In case nobody has noticed, and I'm going to keep saying there's no controversy to your show. This is my view only. Please don't go after late night parents, Ted Hicks or JoJo. Gambling has taken over sports, and y'all ain't paying attention. Yep. Whatever's going to get everybody money is going to happen. A bunch of y'all got Denver sweeping, Denver in 5, Denver in 6, Miami in 7. I'm calling Denver in 7.
Yeah.
Joe, what you got?
Bro, I'm gonna take Denver. I would take Denver in 6. I'm gonna take Denver in 6.
And that was my original wager. Denver's gonna win the series.
Mm-hmm.
That first game, Denver played so comfortable. It looked like they were gonna sweep Miami.
It should be 3-0 right now.
It should be because Denver came off a 9-day break in Miami, but Miami ain't tired. They are not tired. Jimmy Butler ain't tired. Kyle Lowry ain't tired. Kevin Love ain't tired. Udonis Haslem ain't tired.
I'm not tired.
UD.
They just got to get hot, man. That's what they need. They need to get hot. This is
They stopped Jimmy Butler. Throws the whole game off when you stop Jimmy Butler. Throws the whole game off because all eyes are on Jimmy Butler.
So in the same vein, if we could talk about Murray and Jokic, who's your greatest comic book duo?
That's crazy, man.
We got to start with we got to start with
I'm always
Batman.
gonna say Batman, Superman, but
Yeah, it's gonna be Batman, Robin, Scooby and Shaggy, Heckle and Jekyll, Spy versus Spy.
oh my god,
For
Archie
me,
and Jughead, man, Archie and Jughead.
for me,
Scooby and Shaggy.
and you got to talk about straight up duos, not people that teamed up. Straight up duos.
Straight up duo.
Yeah, straight up duos.
Straight up duo.
Comic book.
You guys are not gonna. I'll take the lead on this one. You guys are gonna shut me down. I'm gonna say Batman and Commissioner Gordon.
I would actually ride with that. I would ride with that. Yeah.
Comic books, though. Comic books.
Yeah, I would take Batman and Dick Grayson Robin. There you go.
Dick Grayson, wow.
Not Jason Todd.
Not Jason Todd. Dick
The original Robin. I'm probably going to have to go with the original Robin. Dick Grayson, like you said.
Yeah. Because he ride or die, man. He ride or die through. Man became his own individual dude and still ride with Batman, man. That's
great. I could go with Huey and Riley because they started off as a comic book duo.
Yes, indeed. Riding on strips, man. Oh yeah. It's a good pick.
You got me thinking. No.
A dip to here real quick. Who had a worse week? Ja Morant or Zion Williamson?
This week, Zion.
Zion got cooked, man. My god. Did y'all get the chance to read through those tweets?
No, I just heard Stephen A gave him the business.
Bro, I stumbled onto them joints by accident because one of my Twitter peoples quote tweeted it. And I said, wait, what? So I read through them joints. I said, oh my God.
Yeah.
From when it started to that last point.
That's why you can't be missing. I ain't gonna stop. That's why I get in trouble talking.
My boys, Zion is 22 for real?
22.
He young.
I thought he was like 26 or 28.
He young, bro. He young. He got the whole city on his back. He ain't on the Stephen A said, you played 29 games.
He said, you played 29 games.
Stephen A went in on him.
Putting in work like this. What is going on?
Stephen A said she seems pretty experienced. That was
yeah. I was screaming, man. Like, yo.
Ja Morant's situation is not going to be good.
No.
They're going to go at him. There's another video that came out after the original one that we saw. Dude, nah. And you too old to even be playing those type of games. I got to be honest with you. In today's society, that's a game you don't play at his age. No.
Right.
So this is going to be a stiff one, I believe.
Yeah.
This looks like this looks like half a season.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, this looks like half a season.
Yeah. They're gonna they're gonna strong arm that man for sure. He's gonna have to reevaluate, man.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb.
But Zion was bugging. Oh boy.
He was young, bro. He's young. I get that.
He's gonna get at least 20 games.
Yeah. And guess what that's going to do? Kill the stock that they got in him in fantasy football. Because guess who I drafted first overall last season?
Ja Morant?
Thank you.
Dang.
Then he got hurt. Then he got suspended. I'm like, you can't pick these superstars. They're going to pick them apart.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get Zion. Can't do nothing with him. Got Ja Morant. He get hurt. Now he's getting crossed.
I just want to play this quick clip.
No audio, bro.
There you go. Turn up.
Who's about to make him a new father? The name Zion Williamson came up. Apparently, he's about to be a daddy. He's about to be a dad. And who's about to make him a new father is not the person that was on social media. Girl by the name of Mariah Mills, calling him out by name, giving vivid details of this. He's a porn star. Where am I going?
Where am I going?
Man, you only played 29 games last year, and you missed the season before that. What the hell is taking you so long to get healthy? Well, I know. You're young, you're not married, you can do what you want to do. It's a damn shame she's putting your stuff out like that. Need to cancel her. But there's a bigger issue here. I mean, she's a porn star. Well, one would surmise she's kind of an expert at whatever. You know, wait for the leg injury to cure to heal, Zion. I've been waiting for a while. He's been waiting for a while. I mean, damn, bro. Wonder you ain't healthy. I'm talking about your legs. We need those legs fried. We need you bench pressing with your big self. We need you bench pressing about 400 pounds. We need you running up and down that court. He's a man child, but you can't get healthy. Your lower extremities were compromised.
It's his facial expressions and delivery.
Why did y'all give Stephen a podcast?
Oh my
God! You think First Take was the best thing that happened to him? Him having his podcast, the best thing that could have happened to him.
You know, he had one back
in man. Yeah,
he had one back in 09. I used to listen
because
to
it he doesn't have to stick to sports. He can talk to his politics and
talk whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. He can speak. He had one in 2009. I used to listen to him back then when he was bouncing between the satellite radio shows.
Right, right.
So he's already done this before. He had a talk show. He's done First Take. You got now y'all just gonna give him free reign.
So anything more than 20 games missed. So the 82 game season. You've got to play 65 games so that you can qualify for All NBA. I'm thinking
he won't see it.
Ja Morant is getting at least 20 games. I'm going to say at least 20, but I got a feeling it could be the whole season.
I think he won't play until after the All-Star break.
Yeah, I see like half the season. Yeah.
The video I saw today, he's not playing until after the All-Star break at the earliest.
But did you hear what his team said?
No.
Not his team members, his team.
Yeah.
Team Ja.
Yeah.
What is it?
Go ahead, Ted.
Dude, they said it was a fake gun.
I think I did hear that. Yeah. Because you got to prove it's a real gun.
You've had how long to come up with some type of excuse?
Exactly.
Innocent until proven guilty. Just because you now, I like what JJ Redick said. He didn't point. This video disputes it now. The current video disputes it now, but the original video, he said he didn't point the gun to nobody. He had it. You are well within your rights to own a firearm. He wasn't pointing to anybody. There was no danger to anybody. I agreed with JJ Redick on that. Now, him and Stephen A went back and forth about that too. I heard about that. But the video I saw today, he in trouble. And the one I saw today is the one that said the NBA is like,
There's another video. Is what
there is another video. Honestly, yes.
It's not bad.
It's
compromising.
He's going to be seen as guilty.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's a rap.
Compromise the validity. Okay.
I see at least half a season off the video I saw today. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But what I saw today, have you ever seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I'll probably see.
Do you want me to talk about it? Do you want to look at it yourself?
You can describe it real quick.
He's in the passenger seat of the car. They're driving by. He's got the window rolled down. He's pointing the gun at houses.
Oh, come on.
That's the one I saw today. Boy. And I was like, now, you got to prove it's him. You never see his face. You got to prove it's a real gun. You don't know if it's a real gun or not. That's where his team is correct at. If you played a legal game, you don't know that that's him. You don't know that's a real weapon.
Yeah.
If you're playing a legal game, his team is correct.
That's fair enough.
If he comes back before the All-Star break, he's facing booze.
For sure.
He's facing hearing. He's facing smack talk from fans of opposing teams. I don't even know if he'll have the full support of his home team after the video I saw today, if they prove that that's him. But you a grown man in your 20s. You a multi-millionaire. You cannot do that. Excuse me, Ted. Shit.
Yes.
We got to talk to grown men right now. We got to
Yeah.
talk to these cats that's doing better than us right now. We got to talk to you all with a promising future. You can't be doing that shit.
That's right. That's right.
What are we doing right now? Exactly. You're looking more reckless than Dipset did in the verses. Seriously, what are you doing right now?
Shit.
It's not good.
No, it's not.
And if that video was a fake video, Ja Morant needs to be exonerated, and we need to go on with the NBA season. Facts on everything.
Correct.
Thank you, Rick Costa. How's it going? Excellent show tonight, as always.
Rick,
what's going on?
what up, man? Can't be doing that.
You all gonna have to
That's
see it for
real.
yourselves, honestly. I was like, oh God. And when I saw him, they're gonna try and point that at him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you don't see his face. And I just saw the video. I didn't hear audio.
Yeah.
But now it's at the point, if it gets to the point where if it's not him, it's him, and it doesn't matter because they've got so much evidence that they're just going to basically throw the book at him.
They got previous incidences against him. This second video, he's more innocent than R. Kelly was in his video. You don't see his face. I'm just being serious. That's where his team is correct at. You got to prove that that's him. And until then, no, it wasn't him. And on the original second video that came out that got him the second suspension, he was not aiming that weapon at anybody. You do not know if it's loaded. He was not a danger to anybody that he was around because they were not afraid. They did not feel like their life was threatened. They're correct by the aspect of the law.
Yeah.
We could run off a public hype all day, but we got to be 100%. We start digging in for real.
That's true.
Yes.
That second video, that's true. However, JJ Redick did also point out is just the fact that the NBA has this whole etiquette thing.
Yes.
I remember what it is.
Yes.
The moral clause.
Yes,
It's on the moral
that's the problem. That's the issue. Let's point out for the people that, that's the issue. Because it's true what he said. Legally owning a firearm is not a problem. He ain't pointing at nobody. He ain't doing none of that. But it's just the image that the NBA upholds. That's the problem.
I don't know what the actual number is, but you're representing an $8 billion a year product.
Yes. Yes.
And your team, your organization threw them M's at you, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You're throwing them capital M's. I agree.
Yes, so
Some double M's.
you just gotta think smarter. You gotta be smarter, So
Serious capital. You're doing good.
yeah,
We're not gonna be able to solve that.
Trust me, you pay me that money, I ain't going to no more strip clubs.
word.
They ain't gonna let anybody mess with the brand. They're not.
But I mean, when you're making that type of money, doesn't the strip club come to you?
You don't do that either.
Nah,
You know
don't
what
do
I'm
that.
Because when they come to the house, even though you got the cameras, if you let the men do any type of sexual act, it's still sexual misconduct.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't understand these laws. There's different types of sexual laws. You ain't got to just rape them. You ain't got to drug them. You ain't got to take advantage of them. You can do it. They could say yes, but in every specific sexual law, the second they say no, you got to stop it. Most of y'all can't.
That's the issue. That's the thing.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me save the youngsters right now. I'm trying to keep this tight, but I got to save the youngsters right now. Y'all better read every last one of them: sexual harassment, sexual assault, sexual offense, sexual misconduct, sexual inappropriations, which was Deshaun Watson's accusation.
Yeah.
He just did an unwelcome advance. Look at what happened to him. Y'all better watch y'all mouths, man. I'm about to wake up now. Oh my God. Let me stop.
We got two other items. I think we covered this before. Spotify's podcasting strategy, because they announced their new strategy along with more layoffs. So Spotify is cutting 200 employees from its podcasting unit, which represents 2% of its workforce.
They're cutting 2% of the workforce.
Cutting 2% of the workforce.
Which departments or specifications did they specify them?
No, just it's.
And I'm asking on purpose because McDonald's cut a bunch of their executives last month before. Major hits. Spotify's cutting down. Spotify is skyrocketing.
Spotify is the number one podcasting publisher in the U.S.
It's just the U.S. or the world.
Used audio platform in most areas globally.
Thank you, globally. And they're cutting down their workforce. I'm curious as to which areas and why. 2% is a small number, but nobody wants to lose their job, especially right now. All the tech companies are dropping people.
Yeah.
So,
and especially a lot of teleworkers are getting dropped. That's why.
Because they need to bring their butts back to the office.
That's one. And two, a lot of them, I hate to say it, weren't doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what happened with Twitter or Google, I think it was.
Yeah.
Bunch of them were just standing around doing it and they just dropped them.
Both, pretty much, yeah.
So Spotify, with everything they got going on, and I'm going to go ahead and say that to Spotify and all you major tech companies out there, a lot of these apps and search engines are glitching. You need debuggers. You need call representatives. You need people besides the AIs. Because that's what the people want. Your customer wants somebody who's there immediately who can fix it just like that.
Yep. And they can communicate to it.
Yes, they want to talk to real people. So before you do these cuts, I understand you want to watch your overhead.
Mm-hmm.
Please understand, your customer wants to talk to real people. A bunch of us don't mind the AI. We're with the times. You still have people who are not.
Right.
So more than 100 million people listen to podcasts on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And consumption has grown more than 1,400% since the company invested in this podcasting space.
And you're dropping people? I asked the specifics on purpose instead of coming up with any type of analysis. Mm-hmm. I looked at Rumble. Remember we talked about that the other day?
Yeah.
I see Rumble and Spotify taking over because I don't see Spotify cutting anybody off because of speech. I know what happened with Joe Rogan, but we also know what he was talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, but he didn't go anywhere. He's their number one guy.
He's their number one guy, but he's $1 billion in his own pocket. That just means the company ain't going to drop him. Are there any other podcast platforms that's catching up to Spotify? Will be my next question.
Ooh.
Highly doubtful.
Not many.
Highly doubtful.
I know I subscribe to this show. I don't have Spotify at all.
Well, I here's what I'm thinking. So in 2006, when only 22% of U.S. adults knew about podcasting.
Right.
And now in 2023, that number has risen to 79%. It's to the point where that number is starting to bottom out.
The number is going to bottom out because there are too many podcasters out there, including us.
Yes.
Let's throw ourselves in the mix right here. Me, you, JoJo. We know Smoke. We know Glit.
Yep.
We know Tim and Gemma. Rick, I believe you podcast as well. Let me know if I'm wrong, sir. I think Carmen is starting to podcast. I had planned on doing it. You got Spotify. I'm wondering if Google has a podcast platform. I know Apple does. And Apple is already in the mix. I don't think you got to pay extra to listen to anybody. So I'm wondering if Spotify is looking at competition. Or are they going AI and why they're dropping people?
Well, what do we always talk about? Last 3 or 4 or 5 weeks when we talked about AI. Doesn't need job health benefits. It doesn't need, doesn't take sick days.
It's better for the bottom line of the company and the overhead. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, AI doesn't have a baby mama or baby daddy.
Don't get tired. Don't need to use the bathroom. Ain't hungry. Right.
Nope.
Doesn't need to take a lunch break.
Right.
Work all day, all night. Yep.
Right. Tim Conrad, what's good? Carmen does. I don't say that.
Hey.
Hey, Tim, how you doing?
Me too, Rick. I got a couple ideas coming up. Apple Podcast is big from what I've seen.
Google Podcast.
Anybody that ever had Apple products, remember when MixerBox came out and iTunes was out? I still have MixerBox. All my podcasts go to MixerBox as well. If you subscribe anywhere, and I have my MixerBox connected, all of that's still there. So there are other platforms. I'm wondering if Spotify is losing out to people because you have to subscribe to Spotify.
Okay, you got to subscribe, but you don't have to be a paid subscriber. You just have to be a subscriber.
Yeah, but you got to get the best out of it. You got to pay for it. I've got a free version. I'm not really on it. Like I said, I got Apple Podcast, I got Apple device, so I'm ready to mix.
What about Anchor?
Anchor falls under Spotify.
Anchor falls under Spotify. What's the other one that you told us about? Spreaker, I think it is.
Spreaker falls under iHeart.
And nobody's catching Spotify?
Oh, I mean, iHeart is popular as can be.
iHeart is huge.
Apple Podcasts is huge. Buzzsprout, huge.
And Tim, I will tell you, a lot of hosts are trying to do them subscribers. They're trying to make them subscribe so they can try to make money off of what they're doing.
Right.
I think a lot. And Tim, I know you on a bunch of platforms. I got to holler at him soon too. We got. I can't wait till we get all of us together. We can do a show. I can't.
What do I have? Mr. B, what is happening this weekend in your world of combat sports, my friend?
Ready?
He said ready. This.
Gotcha. So today was PFL 4, the PFL tournament between they did the featherweight and the light heavyweights.
Can I stop you?
Sure.
What time did it come on?
Came on at 6:30. The prelim started at 6:30.
Okay.
I think the main card started somewhere around 9 or 10. That's
Okay.
what threw me off. So when I go, I'm gonna restream it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, it threw me all off. But yeah, man, I was also kind of pissed off because I mentioned before, during my podcast joint that 10 of the fighters got suspended for PED usage. So it threw off a lot of the tournament brackets. So I kind of was a damper, as well as last year's tournament winner. He was supposed to fight on the card, and he busted for PED usage. So all those dudes are suspended and are not in the tournament this season. Horrible. That was Thiago Santos, for Fredik, Renadat, Fredik Renadat, and a couple other guys. So there was the PFL 4s today. Marlon Moraes retired. He got finished in the first round. Sucks. But that dude had a really good career. Other than that, the rest of the card seemed to be pretty good. But that was today. Tomorrow is one Friday fights. You catch that in the morning, 8:30 a.m., 5:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. A lot of good little MMA fights, but everybody tunes in for the kickboxing, Muay Thai, and the traditional kickboxing. Really good action. The joint lasts pretty long. Good set of fights. However, it's about Friday night. Friday night. Yes, I got my merch on. One championship. Yes, sir. And you see by the poster behind me here, there's the screen that we got one fight night 11. Yes, sir. As Rajan Ursel out of the Suriname fights Dmitry Menishkov for the one lightweight tournament. Lightweight Muay Thai title. There you go. Not tournament title. Ursul's been being a lot of names in the kickboxing realm, the Muay Thai kickboxing realm. So he'll be up in the main event. Cade Rotolo, one half of the Rotolo brothers. Cade is the younger brother. Ty is the older one. Cade will be defending his lightweight title against Tammy Langaker. Langaker is a jiu-jitsu cat. He competed regionally. He's been in a lot of big-time tournaments out of Norway. Good dude. Really good grappling skills. We'll see how that handles. Ilya Freemanov will be fighting Zoltseg. Ilya's out of Russia. Good MMA fighter, actually. This will be a featherweight bout. Good fight. Good fight happening between these two. Superbon Singha Maoyin fights Taifun Ozcan in a traditional kickboxing bout at 145. Ozcan is a dude who's been really killing it outside. Really good kickboxing record. Been really doing it for Holland. Really good fighter. We also got Mansour Makhachev versus Jeremy Miato. And a couple other good fights. The OG Nikki Holtzkin, former Glory kickboxing champion, world champion. He fights Armian Sadakovic. And you should try to catch the early fight. They got Red Opacic versus Guto Inocenc. Inocenc is with an MMA and kickboxing name. Big heavyweight fight. Somebody's going to go to sleep. I'm happy for that. I know that sounds mean, but Brother B's not here. Mr. B's here. So, we also got some boxing, man. The big deal on Saturday Super Stack. Josh Taylor, who is undefeated, fights Teofimo Lopez for the IBO World Super Lightweight title. Winner here goes to fight against Regis Prograis. Now, interesting enough, Josh Taylor has beaten Regis Prograis a few years back. Teofimo Lopez riding 2 good wins. The last one he fought at Monten Sandor, was it, if I remember correctly? It was somewhat of a split win. He was a little bit confused, confidence kind of lacking. But we're going to see how he does coming back into this fight. There's been a couple things he's had problems with Bob Arum, and his he got his feelings a little bit in the mix. We'll see how that goes. Puerto Rican star as well. Xander Zayas, undefeated, 15-0. The 20-year-old fights Ronald Cruz, who's 18-2-1 at super welterweight. So it was 154. Really good fight. Omar Rosario also fights John Carlos Rivera. Undefeated Omar Rosario at welterweight. Super lightweight. There you go. As well as Bruce Carrington, who's undefeated, fighting Luis Perozzo. That's going to be really cool. Nicholas Polanco out of the DR fights Robson Conciao. Really good. There's a couple other guys. Jermaine Ortiz, who fought Vasily Lomachenko just a while ago, fights Humberto Galindo, who's 14-3-1. Good card for Top Rank, man. Good card for Top Rank. But we also got a quick card on the zone. Sonny Edwards fights Andreas Campos for the IBF World Flyweight title in the 12-rounder. Chaneka Johnson fights Ellie Scottney for the IBF World Female Super Bantamweight title. Johnson's 15-1 out of Australia. Ellie Scottney is 6-0 out of England. We got Nina Hughes versus Katie Healy, battle of the undefeateds. Hughes is 5-0. Katie 6-0, both represent England for the WBA World Bantamweight title. Siobhan Clark is fighting David Jameson. Clark out of England, 5-0. David Jameson out of Scotland, 10-2. We also got a good couple list of undefeateds as well. We got, ironically enough, there's a guy out of England by the name of Muhammad Ali. He'll be fighting Brian Castro, who's 2-5-1. Ali will be making his pro debut. It's kind of crazy. And we also got the man for the zone, Jamie Munguia. Yes, will be defending the WBC super middleweight title against Sergey Derevyanchenko. Derevyanchenko's 14-4-0. Munguia's 41-0. This interesting fight, man. Munguia is a young cat. He's trying to move up in the world. We'll see how he does. I really like that guy because his aggression is ruthless. Shane Mosley Jr., yes, the son of that Shane Mosley.
Wow.
19-4 fights Demetrius Ballard, who's 21-1-1. That's going to be at middleweight. Mariano Juarez, who's 55-12-4. I'm going to explain something to y'all. This lady is 43 years old. If you see her, you wouldn't even believe the age. My God. Okay. She'll be fighting Mayeli Flores, who's 9-1, Battle of the Mexican Latinas. Let's go. Ricardo Sandoval, 21-2, also fights Rocco Santomoro, who's 22-1. There's also George Chavez, who's undefeated against Christian Lorenzo. Lorenzo's 3-4. Chavez is undefeated at 6-0. And Anthony Saldivar, who's 3-0, will be fighting Jerome Clayton, who's 2-1-1. Which leaves us for one more event. UFC 289 takes place on Saturday. Main card is at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. The prelims start at 7 o'clock. Now, everybody's complaining about the card. Oh, the card's not all that strong. The card's not this. The card. Shut up and go watch the damn card, okay?
Damn right. You damn right.
Good. There's a lot of good fights happening. The bout order is a little iffy, okay? That's the argument. But there's really good fights. First card in years that they've had in Canada. So this will be taking place in Canada, yes, indeed. Vancouver, British Columbia. As we say, the GOAT, Amanda Nunes, 22-5 in MMA. The GOAT in MMA. I know Clarissa Shields. She got a lot of titles. Taylor got a lot. Yeah.
We were about to check you.
Yeah. She's going to be fighting Irene Aldana out of Mexico, 14-6-0. Lobo Jim shining star out there. Longtime training partner with Alexa Grasso, who's currently the UFC flyweight champion. Big time fight. Nunes was supposed to fight Juliana Pena in a trilogy bout. Pena pulled out. So they put in Aldana. Way better fight, I think. Better matchup. Aldana has a really good boxing base. Jiu-jitsu's leveling up. Amanda Nunes, she's the more rounded MMA fighter. But if Aldana could keep this on the feet and get that lady trying to move, we'll actually get her to stick and move and wear out. We'll see how that boxing works. Girl got power. She got thudding strikes, and she's hard to finish. But that's the main event there. Charles Oliveira fights Beneil Dariush at 155 in the co-main event. Charles Oliveira is the number 1 guy. Beneil Dariush, I think, is the number 3 or the number 5 guy.
Smoke was good.
But yeah. Smoke. Oliveira just lost his title.
Smoke, what's going on?
To Islam Makhachev. So this will be his first fight since then. Beneil Dariush has been on a hot win streak. Oh my God, this dude's win streak is crazy. It's an 8-fight win streak, which includes wins against Jakar Close, Diego Ferreira, Tony Ferguson, and he just beat one of the ranked dudes, Matheus Gamrot, and clowned that guy. Also on the card, we got some Canadians. Mike Malott, 9-1, representing Team Alpha Male, fights Adam Fugit. The way it's spelled is like it sounds like F it, but yeah, it's Fugit. Fugit's 9-3, underrated guy. He's big at the weight class, really good skills, slick jiu-jitsu, but tough as nails. Dan Ige, one of the guys that's ranked in the featherweight division, he's fighting Nate Landwehr. Nate Landwehr is a lunatic. He's 17-4, former M1 global champion out in Russia, but he was born here in the States. He's representing that Clarksville, Tennessee. Blood, sweat, and all them tears and all that stuff. Yeah, he's really down south, man. But he's fighting Ige. Ige represents Extreme Couture. He's been in it. Good cardio, good grappling, in your face, Butters fight. The main card opens up with Eric Anders versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Eric Anders used to play college ball. I forgot who he played for. I'm trying to remember if he played for the Sooners or who. But he played college football. He's been in the UFC for a while. He's been on a losing streak somewhat, but tough guy. He fights Marc-Andre Barriault out of Canada. Good fight. The rest of the fight is a bunch of prelim fights. If I got to recommend 2 or 3 fights to watch, which are worth it in the prelims, it'll be Nasruddin Imavov versus Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis is that dude. Good boxing skills. Talks trash throughout the fight. My homegirl in Christ, Miranda Maverick. She fights Jasmine Jasudavicius, who's 8-2. Yes, I said my girl in Christ because she is a devout Christian. Yes, sir. Who else? Ayman Zahabi, the younger brother of the coach of the great George St. Pierre. Faraz Zahabi, that's his younger brother. He coaches him as well. Zahabi's 9-2, good kickboxing skills, good jiu-jitsu, really good fight IQ. He's going to be fighting this dude out of China by the name of Arichi Lang. Arichi Lang is 24-9. He is ruthless with his striking, big banger. You got to be careful with that guy because that guy will set you up and break you down bad. But if Zahabi keeps that stick and moving, he going to kill that guy, man, easy. Oh, yeah, there's one more fight. Kyle Nelson, who's 13-5-1 out of Canada, is going to be fighting undefeated Blake Builder. Blake Builder came out of the Contender Series last year. Had a really good showing with a finish. He came in and beat one of the guys out of City Kickboxing by the name of Shane Young. Shane Young is a 29-year-old dude, trains with Israel Adesanya and those dudes. Blake Builder showed up and clowned that guy. This dude is no joke. This will be his second official fight in the UFC. So if you need a chance to go watch it, watch it. More than likely, I think these prelims will either be on ESPN, regular ESPN, or ABC. I think the prelims will be on one of those two, the regular prelims. But the main card, you got to pay on pay-per-view. The early prelims, which will be probably the 2 fights, will be on UFC Fight Pass or something. You don't got to get UFC Fight Passes. You could just watch the regular prelim fights on whether it's ESPN or ABC. But definitely watch that. Watch the pay-per-view. If you want to, do it. If not, you don't want to, you can go watch the boxing. But that's all I got to say. That's the weekend, yo.
Nice. Nice. Well, for the most part, what we just saw and heard of you is the B-sides inside Late Night Parent. But we'll go do a quick round robin and say, when can we catch B-sides? When can we catch you on the other shows that you join, Joe, during the week?
Well, okay. So on Wednesdays, right, I'm trying to narrow this down between 4 and 6 o'clock. So I'll say between 4 and 7 on Wednesdays. The B-sides of the fight game with Mr. B, I sit there and discuss last week's events, this week's events, and the little things in between, share my thoughts and opinions. That's my thing. I'll randomly do one on a Sunday. That will just be the review. And if I'm really pet peeved about something that happened during the fights, I'll come on the Sunday. Fridays, thank God, after these past couple weeks, I will be on with Mike on Friday.
I'm
Okay.
about to say, you done stepped up on your own and left him alone and shit.
Yeah, because Mike been on vacation. Mike been doing other stuff. Then some of the fight cards have been kind of iffy. He traveled across the U.S. He got back. He went from California to like Florida, New Orleans. Came back with the family. So we putting the energy out there. We'll be on Friday. Cope's Corner, KOPSKORNER, Corner MMA. Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We give you fight bets, fight predictions, break down these cards. I'm on OK Live, Mr. B. That's the name of the account. I'm there whenever fights are happening. I know I wasn't on there today for the PFL, but I'll gladly be on midday tomorrow to do that. And I'll be also on for the One Championship on Friday night, tomorrow night, and for the UFC. And Sunday, I'm going to have to show the boxing events because I'll do the play-by-play. I'll do the play-by-play because I'll watch that and I'll watch the UFC. And, of course, my Twitter. New Year, same B at Mr. B 1986. That's it.
Got it. Got it. And inside LMP is also Belt Kings and also the random broadcaster who I was just checking out one of your shows.
Mm-hmm.
I was just checking out one of your shows. It was about 30 minutes long.
Yes.
You know, it's good because, like I said, we know all the mainstream people that you play. Mm-hmm. Now I'm starting to see you're showing some love to some other artists that are out there that might not be as popular or, you know, that people actually notice.
Those are two old school jams that I played today. What I tried, and I'm going to go ahead and say it while we up here, I tried to make a broadcast of music in it that wasn't going to get me flagged. Felt like it worked. Did a nice little 30-minute rant, 30-minute speech. Took myself back to the original way I broadcast. We was on the former platform. You know, you had to do 10 minutes for your coins real quick.
Right.
So we're back to that little 10-minute platform real fast. Can I do more of that? Plenty. I can do plenty of them. But I just didn't want to go back to it. But for what I want to do next, I'm going to have to. That was 30 minutes. The next one might be an hour. Depends on how much I can put together. But that was a little trial run. Appreciate you seeing it out there. I wanted to try and throw it out, see if I can make it work. Just a scheme I was going to do. Glick was good for bringing up the covers, but I had noticed that not every song gets it. And I still want to try and throw some jams out there that I thought were dope, that I thought were good, that I know people will miss, look for. And it's the attention grabber. Bring the old hip-hop. Bring a little bit of that old mentality. See if that'll help bring the audience up. So that was the effort. I just got to see if it's going to work.
Got it. So if we don't follow Tony D. Original on Linktree,
here we go. Here we go.
We know the primary account.
Y'all was supposed to hear that. I was trying to keep up.
We know the primary account is Tony D. Original.
Yes, that's my Linktree. All my links, the websites I'm on, the apps that I'm on, if I broadcast where I'm at, definitely. Look at him. He can't even keep a straight face, man. He's doing too much. Jojo, what's up with your boy, man? You can find me on Twitter, TONYTON163. You can find me on Instagram and Twitch, TONYTON17. You can find me on TikTok, TONYTON19723. You can find me on YouTube, TONYD7444. Also, the Random Multi-Broadcaster. DA, not THE. Yes, I put the ghetto slang in. Yes, I did. I did try a new way today. I'm going to do a new way of broadcast with news, sports, entertainment, whatever's going on, whatever's on my mind. Give me a little spill at the end. I want to put a little bit of music into it. I'm aiming for 30 minutes. I can do an hour, but I want to throw something out there. Everybody told me to go back to the shorts, which I'm trying to do. I've done hour-long broadcasts. I've done 2 hour-long broadcasts. I've done 3 hour-long broadcasts. Take it back to the shorts. Every now and then you may have something in your mind you want to throw it out there. People are already doing that. What can I do different is my greatest challenge. This is going to be my new effort. Appreciate you, Ted. Appreciate everybody out there. Appreciate all of y'all in the chat for real. Just got to see what we're going to do next, man, for real.
So we can catch you on, it seems like almost every day of the week, there's some different provider.
Type of me on the internet, I know.
Yes. You know, Nonsensical Nonsense podcast, big shout out there. Sunday Night Smoke podcast. Of course, B-Sides. Of course, Belt Kings. Of course, our guy Fireman Rich.
Absolutely, big up to Fireman Rich.
There's like I said, there's a lot of.
I try to stay connected with everybody. I try to make sure everybody's still getting their props. Big up to Rick Costa for doing this show every day past 6 years. Every day. Every day. Ain't miss a beat. Joe just brand new to doing the B-Sides. Y'all check him out for real. We've been pushing him to do his own thing, and now he's doing it.
He's doing it.
He does the breakdown. JoJo, I have had a couple people say they like what you're doing. That's why I was sharing it when I was sharing it. So I hope everything helps out. I hope that's helping out with you.
The best thing he does, I mean, we love B-Sides, and we love when he's with Mike Copenhaver. But the stuff he does on OK Live, you guys are missing out. You miss out on commentary. The app is kind of iffy sometimes.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. God. Look at what Rick said. That's crazy.
Today
I read
198 broadcasts in a row. Man, Rick.
Man said I got more views on YouTube short. Yo, is the attention span of the world, man. It's crazy.
Yes. That's the word I've been getting. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. Helen was the biggest one that kept telling me that. The people's attention span is short.
It's short.
Yeah. Don't worry about them long broadcasts. Yeah, but I want to say, no, you do short. Bathurst telling me the same thing.
Yeah.
What it is.
People have been telling me I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it.
The old school folks will watch. A lot of the other people just
and see, you know what's wrong with me? I'll watch some people's whole shows.
You gotta like grab attention. The more they watch them shorts, they're gonna be more invested in trying to watch the longer program.
And guess what? Half of these broadcasts that we do are essential when you're driving to and from work.
Yeah,
when you're riding public transportation. And I try to catch myself because I listen to our replays, see how crazy I sound. I've actually sat back and tried to pronounce some of these names JoJo said with his super syllable self, and I can't do it all the time.
That's crazy.
When you're going back and forth to work for everybody out there, a lot of what we do, I get tired of the radio. I'm hearing the same songs. Now I'm hearing remix of songs. I feel like my elders did. They copied this with somebody. Now I'm hearing the new cats. They copying the old rap songs. So I listen to a lot of what we do. I listen to what a lot of other people do. Always check each other out. And I said on my broadcast a minute ago, there are enough of us to support each other to where we can all monetize. What are we doing? What are we doing? We are already each other's entertainment, television and audio, television and radio, straight up. We're supposed to have our own network. What are we doing? Just being real. JoJo got the sports. You know, I come with music. I'm going crazy. Ted got the regular commentary. Rick got the religion. Carmen has the commentary. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. We can write this off on our taxes. What we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We buying the devices. We paying the bills, and we ain't getting nothing back for it. What are we doing?
Word.
What are we doing? It's junk.
What are we doing right now? What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
We got 24 hours of entertainment between ourselves. What are we doing?
Exactly.
We can take out PBS. We ain't gonna catch ABC, NBC, CBS. We can take out PBS. Come on. What are we doing?
For real, man.
What are we doing?
Come on.
Rick got 2,798 broadcasts in a row. Woo. And a bunch of us believe in God. And a bunch of us believe in God. We sinning. I'm sorry, Rick. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. We sinning.
Rick, my brother in Christ.
Yes. I can tell you this much. I am now commit to a Thursday show and maybe a 30-minute mini version of something during the week. I'm gonna try it for the summer.
You already got your thing. It's late. Bump it.
Go ahead.
You already doing your part. We got to catch up to you. And I say that because you know how to throw an audio and get it out more than we have worried about it. We got to get up on that. And to all of us up in here, I'm seeing an advertisement where you can make your own TV network or TV show. It's your own domain. Imagine if we all worked it together.
Yep.
That's my problem. People are tired of me talking about it, but I'm sorry. I'm tired of a bunch of y'all who are broke. And you all know me. I will do a fundraiser for somebody if you run a jam. Now I got an idea we can all help each other. The same way we did on the other platform. The same way I'm doing on another app now. And we all got different devices. We global. What are we doing? I'm just being real. Juneteenth is next weekend, right?
Juneteenth is next weekend.
That's a holiday weekend for a lot of us, right?
And it's also Father's Day.
And it's also Father's Day. Okay, that may change a few things. I'm going to have Jason, but we could take a day and start putting some stuff together, man. What we going to do?
Well, I know what we're about to do right now.
Yeah, me too.
We're about to shut this down.
Oh, my God.
Big shout out to everyone. Thank you once again for coming through.
Word.
Much appreciated.
Word.
And we will be back next week.
Absolutely.
Yep.